Hi students, now we are starting with the practice set 1.2. In the question number 1, you can see here the following table shows the points on a number line and their coordinates. Decide whether the pair of segments given below the table are congruent or not. Here some points are given to you, A, B, C, D, E, and some coordinates are given to you. The coordinate of point A is -3, the coordinate of point B is 5, the coordinate of point C is 2, and the coordinate of point D is -7, and coordinate of point E is 9. So here the first question is given to you, segment DE and segment AB. हमें यहाँ पे करना क्या है, हमें चेक करना है कि क्या सेगमेंट DE और सेगमेंट AB ये दोनों का अगर डिस्टेंस इक्वल है then they are congruent. If the distance are not equal then they are not congruent. So let's see here, first question. Segment DE and segment AB. So first we will find out the distance of segment DE. That means the segment DE, how we will find out? That is your distance DE. Please check. The coordinate of point D is -7 and the coordinate of point E is 9. So all positive numbers are greater than negative numbers. So it means 9 minus -7, that comes to 9 plus 7 is equal to 16 units. Now we will check for segment AB. Segment AB, that is distance AB. The coordinate of point A is -3 and the coordinate of point B is 5. So all positive numbers are greater than all negative numbers. So 5 minus -3 is equal to 5 plus 3 is equal to 8 units. So say suppose if this is your first, this is your second equation, we have to compare them. Here both are not equal, so we can say that segment DE is not congruent to segment AB from 1 and 2. Now we will move towards the second question. The second question is segment BC and segment AD. Here we will find out the distance of segment BC. So coordinate of point B is 5 and the coordinate of point C is 2. So 5 is greater than 2. So I will say 5 minus 2 is equal to 3 units, and this is your first equation. Now we will check for segment AD. Segment AD, so I will write here distance AD. The coordinate of point A is -3 and the coordinate of point D is -7. Remember, these both here numbers are negative. So in a negative, the number which is smaller is greater. So -3 is greater than -7. So I will say -3 minus -7 is equal to -3 plus 7 is equal to 4 units. Here if you check, again both are different. So I will say that segment BC is not congruent to segment AD. Third question, segment BE and segment AD. Let's check. The coordinate of point B is 5 and the coordinate of point E is 9. Segment BE is equal to distance BE is equal to, say 9 is greater than 5. So I will say 9 minus 5 is equal to 4 units. So this is the first one. Now segment AD. So I will write here distance AD. The coordinate of point A is minus 3 and the coordinate of D is minus 7. So minus 3 is greater than minus 7. So I will say minus 3 plus 7 is equal to 4 units. Now in this sum, if you have checked, both are 4 units. So I can say that segment BE is congruent to segment AD from 1 and 2. तो आप लोगों ने यहाँ पे देखा कि फर्स्ट सम में हमने यहाँ पे नोट किया कि यहाँ पे segment D is 16 units, segment AB is 8 units, they are not equal, so we will write segment D is not congruent to segment AB. In the second sum, you have seen the segment BC is 3 units and segment AD is 4 units, they are not equal, so I will write segment BC is not congruent to segment AD. But in the third sum, if you have noticed, segment B and segment AD both are 4 units, so I can say that segment BE is congruent to segment AD. Here we are given the reason from 1 and 2. Now we will move towards the next question, that is your question number 2. If M is the midpoint of segment AB, if AB is equal to 8, then find the length of segment AM. So let's check here. M is the midpoint. M is the midpoint of segment AB. So here we can understand by the diagram. Here I am putting M and this is, now you tell me, if AB is equal to 8, so we have to find out segment AM. Here length AM is equal to half of length AB. So half into 8 is equal to 4 units. Here you know that 2 ones are and 2 fours are. So half of 8 is 4 units. So वैसे भी हमें मालूम है कि अगर कोई मिड पॉइंट होता है तो वो पूरे सेगमेंट को 2 इक्वल पार्ट में डिवाइड करता है. सो इसका मतलब अगर पूरा सेगमेंट 8 यूनिट्स है तो उसका हाफ होगा 4 यूनिट्स एंड दैट्स व्हाई हियर वी गॉट द सेगमेंट AM as 4 units. So final answer, segment AM is 4 units. So we have completed 2 sums. Now we will move for the next sum. We are solving question number 3. Point P is the midpoint of segment CD. So let's check with the diagram. Here we can understand point P is the midpoint of segment CD. It means P is in the middle of segment CD. If CP is equal to 2.5, find length CD. So here we have to find out this. Let's start with the sum. Point P is the midpoint of segment CD. Therefore, length CP is equal to half of length CD. we knows that length CP is half of length CD. So now here we will write CD only, length CD. Why? Because we want to find out, and length CP, we knows that it is 2.5. So when this 2 goes on the other side, it is multiplied. So here we got length CD is equal to 5 units. Now for the next sum. Question number 4. AB is equal to 5 centimeter. BP is equal to 2 centimeter. AP is equal to 3.4 centimeter. This is given. So we can understand that the highest value is 5. We have to compare the segments. So we will see the length of each and every segment. So 5 is the highest value, then 3.4 and then 2. It means length of AB is greater than length of AP is greater than length of BP. So we can say that segment AB is greater than segment AP is greater than segment BP. So here we compare all the segments. This is the segment AB, which is having highest value, then segment AP, and then the last one, segment BP. Here we are moving towards the question number 5. There are 7 questions in this question number 5. One number line is given to you. We have to answer all the questions. See here on the number line you can see some points T, S, R, P and Q. We have to give the answer of all this question. Write the name of the opposite ray of ray RP. So ray RP के opposite ray, either it may be ray RS or ray RT. So here we can say the first one, ray RS or ray RT. Then the second one, write the intersection set of ray PQ and ray RP. What is the meaning of intersection set? We have to find out the common part. So ray PQ, first we will check here the ray PQ and then ray RP. So here what is the common part? That is ray PQ और ray RP में कौन सा common part है? So ray PQ अगर आप देखोगे तो यहाँ से start हो रहा है. So it starts from here and it moves like this, and ray RP starts from here and it moves in this direction. It means PQ. This is the common part here we are getting. So ray PQ. Now write the union set of ray PQ and ray QR. Write the union set of ray PQ and ray QR. See, if we see here, it starts from P and moves in this direction. So we are getting ray PQ like this and ray QR. So it moves like this in this direction. So we can say that it moves on both the direction. So here we are getting the third answer as line QR. Now state the rays of which segment QR is a subset. Segment QR ये किसका सबसेट हो सकता है? ऐसे कौन से रेज है जिसका ये सबसेट हो सकता है? सो हियर मतलब यहाँ पे हमें इतना देखना है कि सेगमेंट QR उस सारे रेज में आ जाना चाहिए. तो सेगमेंट QR को हम लोग ध्यान रखें. अगर हम लोग सम करें तो सेगमेंट QR में पहला आता है रे QR, okay, because it covers your segment QR. Then ray QS, then ray QT. Even you can start on the opposite side also. So here we can say that ray RQ, ray SQ, then ray TQ. So here all this ray covers the segment QR, and segment QR is a subset of all these rays. Now question number 5. Write a pair of opposite rays with common end point R. मतलब एक है RP और RS. So here we are getting RP, ray RP and ray RS. And the second one is, here you can say ray RQ and ray RT. तो ये अपोजिट रे हुए और जिसका कॉमन एंड पॉइंट है R. सो रे RQ and रे RT. Now the next one. So both the answers are possible here. Please remember, in fifth sum, okay, so in the fifth question here you are getting more than one answer, in the fourth also. So here any one you can write. Now the question number 6. Write any two rays with common end point S. So any two rays with common end point S. So here you can say ray SR, ray ST. Ray SR and ray ST. Here you can say that the common end point is S. Now write the intersection set of ray SP and ray ST. If you notice here, ray SP is on this direction, that is on the right side, and ray ST is on the left side. So only this point S is the common in both the rays. So here we can say that point S is the intersection set of ray SP and ray ST. So here we have completed all the answers of your question number 5. Now we will move towards question number 6. Here, starting with the question number 6. Answer the questions with the help of the figure. One number line is given to you. Here on this number line, you can find some coordinates are also given. And the first question, state the points which are equidistant from point B. So हमें ये बताना है कि point B से ऐसे कौन से points हैं जो equidistant पे है. So here first you can see this one pair. Here point A is at a distance of 2 units and point C is also at a distance of 2 units. So I will write answer 6. In that first question there are two options. In the first question there are two options. Please here notice this also the pair which you are getting. Okay, so here I will write the first pair, point A and point C are equidistant from point B since they are at a distance of 2 units. Now we will move further for the next possibility. Here you can see point P and point D. Point P and point D are equidistant from point B since they are at a distance of 4 units. Now question number 2. Here write a pair of points equidistant from point Q. Write a pair of points equidistant from point Q. तो पॉइंट Q से कौन से ऐसे पॉइंट्स हैं जो इक्वल डिस्टेंस पे है? सो यहां से वी कैन सी दैट L and U having a distance of 1 unit each. सो यहां पे हमें लिखना है यहां पे फर्स्ट. Here also there are 2 possibilities. So first point U and point L are equidistant from point Q since they are at a distance of 1 unit. Similarly, you can find the next pair from point Q. यहाँ से अगर हम लोग देखें तो R and P. So first and second. Here also 1 and 2 means there are 2 units each. Point R and point P are equidistant from point Q since they are at a distance of 2 units. Now we will move towards the question number 3. In this question you have to find out the distance UV, distance PC, distance VB and distance UL. So here the first question I will say A, distance UV. So please find out the coordinate of point U. If it is -2, then -3, -4. Here we can assume -3, -4. Then this the coordinate of point U must be -5. The coordinate of point U is -5 and coordinate of point V. So after 4, 5 will come. The coordinate of point V is 5. Now you know that 5 is greater than -5. 5 is greater than -5. All positive numbers are greater than negative number. So distance UV is equal to 5 minus -5. we have to deduct the smaller number from the greater one. So 5 plus 5 is equal to 10 units. Please remember, here minus minus plus. Now the second, distance PC. The coordinate of point P is, here you can see the coordinate of point P is minus 2. The coordinate of point C is, here you can see it is 4. So again we can say that 4 is greater than minus 2. So distance PC is equal to 4 minus minus 2. So 4 plus 2 is equal to 6 units. Now third question in your question number 6, sub question third. Here we have to find out now distance VB. Distance VB. The coordinate of point V is, here you can say 5. The coordinate of point B is 2. Here we can say that 5 is greater than 2. Therefore, distance VB is equal to 5 minus 2 is equal to 3 units. Now the fourth one here, distance UL. The coordinate of point U is, the coordinate of point U is minus 5. We can understand from these two values that if there is a minus 4 and minus 6, so the middle value must be minus 5. The coordinate of point L is, here you can see minus 3, you can assume minus 3. Now we know that minus 3 is greater than minus 5. So distance UL is equal to minus 3 minus minus 5. So minus 3 plus 5, minus plus minus, sign of the greater number. So 5 minus 3 is equal to 2 units. So we have completed the exercise 1.2. We are starting with practice set 1.3. Before starting with the practice set 1.3, I want to give you some important points and one theorem which I want to explain you. So let's see all the points one by one. The first point is the statements which can be written in the if-then form are called conditional statements. So जो स्टेटमेंट को हम लोग इफ देन फॉर्म में लिख सकते हैं वो कंडीशनल स्टेटमेंट्स हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल, इफ द गिवन क्वाड्रिलेटरल is a rhombus, then its diagonals are perpendicular bisector of each other. So here you are getting the if and then. So whenever you find the if then in your statement, then it is to be called as a conditional statement. The part of the statement following if is called the antecedent. So जो if के बाद आने वाला statement होता है हम उसे क्या कहते हैं? Antecedent. And the part of the statement following then is called the consequent. मतलब then के बाद आने वाला जो स्टेटमेंट है हम उसे कहते हैं consequent. If the antecedent and consequent in a conditional statement are interchanged. Interchange मतलब क्या? जो अगर उनके place बदल दी जाए. So the resulting statement is called the converse of the given statement. So हम उसे क्या कहते हैं? Converse of the given statement. For example, if the diagonals of a quadrilateral are perpendicular bisectors of each other, then it is a rhombus. You can see now हमने पार्ट को इंटरचेंज किया है. तो जब भी आप पार्ट को मतलब कंडीशनल स्टेटमेंट के इफ वाले पार्ट को और देन वाले पार्ट को अगर आप इंटरचेंज कर दो तो हम उसे कहते हैं कन्वर्स ऑफ द कंडीशनल स्टेटमेंट. एंड नाउ द फिफ्थ पॉइंट. Some self-evident geometrical statements which were accepted by all are called postulates. मतलब कुछ ऐसे जनरल स्टेटमेंट होते हैं जो सभी लोग एक्सेप्ट कर लेते हैं. जैसे infinite number of lines can be drawn from a single point. This is what accepted by all. मतलब किसी भी सिंगल पॉइंट से हम लोग इनन्यूमरेबल लाइंस, इनफाइनाइट लाइंस ड्रॉ कर सकते हैं. ये सब ने एक्सेप्ट कर लिया है तो हम इसे क्या कहते हैं? postulates. Here the point number 6. Properties proved logically are called theorems. लेकिन जो प्रॉपर्टी को हम लोग लॉजिकली प्रूव करते हैं जैसे हमने यहां पे प्रूव किया है हम उसे क्या कहते हैं? theorems. In a conditional statement एंटीसीडेंट इज कॉल्ड गिवन पार्ट. मतलब इफ के बाद आने वाला पार्ट होता है एंटीसीडेंट और हम उसे कहते हैं गिवन पार्ट. एंड कॉन्सिक्वेंट इज कॉल्ड द पार्ट टू बी प्रूव्ड. मतलब जो देन के बाद आने वाला स्टेटमेंट होता है जो कॉन्सिक्वेंट है हम उसे क्या कहते हैं? पार्ट टू बी प्रूव्ड. नाउ पॉइंट नंबर 8. देयर आर टू टाइप्स ऑफ प्रूफ्स, डायरेक्ट एंड इनडायरेक्ट. सो प्रूफ्स के भी दो टाइप्स हैं. एक है डायरेक्ट प्रूफ और दूसरा है इनडायरेक्ट प्रूफ. एंड नाउ वी विल सी वन थियरम. द अपोजिट एंगल्स फॉर्म्ड बाय टू इंटरसेक्टिंग लाइंस आर ऑफ इक्वल मेजर्स. इनका कहना कैसा है? जब दो इंटरसेक्टिंग लाइंस होती है तो जो अपोजिट एंगल्स होते हैं वो इक्वल मेजर्स के मतलब उनका जो मेजरमेंट होता है वो इक्वल होता है. यह हमें प्रूव करना है. Given line AB and line CD intersect at point O. So here you can see the line AB and line CD, they are intersecting at point O such that O lies between point A and B and O also lies between point C and D. Now we want to prove angle AOC. Here you can see angle AOC is equal to angle BOD. And second part, angle BOC. Here you can see the angle BOC and angle AOD. That also we have to prove equal. Proof. Here we know that angles in a linear pair are always of 180 degree. Now we will prove angle AOC plus angle BOC is equal to 180 degree. Angles in a linear pair. This is the first statement. मतलब एंगल AOC और एंगल BOC ये दोनों एक ही मिला के दोनों का टोटल क्या हो रहा है? 180 डिग्री. मतलब एंगल AOC प्लस एंगल BOC इज 180 डिग्री. एंगल BOC प्लस एंगल BOD is equal to 180 degree. So here I will give it a statement number 2. Just for your understanding purpose, angle BOC plus angle BOD. So these are also linear pair. So angles in a linear pair. Now both of them are having a total of 180 degree. So we can say that angle AOC plus angle BOC is equal to angle BOC plus angle BOD. And now if you have noticed in both the sides angle BOC which is common, so we are eliminating angle BOC. So what remains? Angle AOC is equal to angle BOD. Similarly, we can prove that angle BOC is equal to angle AOD. So here you have to remember this total theorem one can ask in your paper. Now we will move towards the practice set 1.3. Practice set 1.3. Question number 1. Write the following statements in if-then form. मतलब ये जो statements आपको दिए गए हैं उसे आपको if-then form में लिखना है. This complete exercise is related to the theory based. So here the opposite angles of a parallelogram are congruent. हमें उसे if-then form में convert करना है. If a quadrilateral, because all of you know that all parallelogram are quadrilateral. So if a quadrilateral is a parallelogram, then opposite angles of that quadrilateral are congruent. Second, the diagonals of a rectangle are congruent. All of you know the diagonals of a rectangle are congruent. So here we are converting in if-then statement. If quadrilateral is a rectangle, then its diagonals are congruent. Now third, in an isosceles triangle, the triangle which have two sides equal. So जिस triangle में दो side अगर equal होगी तो हम उसे क्या कहते हैं? Isosceles triangle. In an isosceles triangle, the segment joining the vertex and the midpoint of the base is perpendicular to the base. मतलब यहां से जो लाइन पास ऑन होगी ये है वर्टेक्स और ये है आपका बेस का मिड पॉइंट. सो हियर यू कैन से द मिड पॉइंट ऑफ द बेस. देन if a triangle is an isosceles, then segment joining vertex of a triangle and midpoint of the base is perpendicular to the base. So हमने इस स्टेटमेंट को if then फॉर्म में कन्वर्ट किया. नाउ क्वेश्चन नंबर 2. राइट कन्वर्स ऑफ द फॉलोइंग स्टेटमेंट्स. हमें क्या लिखने हैं? सारे क्वेश्चंस के कन्वर्स लिखने हैं. द फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन, द अल्टरनेट एंगल्स फॉर्म्ड बाय टू पैरेलल लाइंस एंड देयर ट्रांसवर्सल आर कॉन्ग्रुएंट. द अल्टरनेट एंगल्स फॉर्म्ड बाय टू पैरेलल लाइंस and their transversal are congruent. If alternate angles made by two lines and its transversal are congruent, then the lines are parallel. Here we have converted in a converse statement. Converse statement में जो if और then का पार्ट है हमें उसे इंटरचेंज करना है. इंटरचेंज करना है मतलब उसे आगे वाला पार्ट पीछे जाएगा और जो पीछे वाला पार्ट है वो आगे आएगा. सो सिंपली यू कैन कन्वर्ट इट if alternate angles made by two lines and its transversal are congruent, then the lines are parallel. Second, if a pair of the interior angles made by a transversal of two lines are supplementary, then the lines are parallel. So here if two parallel lines, here you can see the lines are parallel. So if two parallel lines are intersected by a transversal, then the interior angles so formed are supplementary. So here we have converted the converse statement of question number 2. Now question number 3. The diagonals of a rectangle are congruent. The diagonals of a quadrilateral are congruent, then the quadrilateral is a rectangle. मतलब अगर किसी रेक्टेंगल में डायगोनल्स, किसी भी रेक्टेंगल, कोई भी रेक्टेंगल ले लो, डायगोनल्स उसके क्या होते हैं? कॉन्ग्रुएंट. तो हमने यहाँ पे इसे क्या कन्वर्ट किया? अगर किसी भी क्वाड्रिलेटरल में डायगोनल्स कॉन्ग्रुएंट हो तो वो क्वाड्रिलेटरल रेक्टेंगल है. ये हमें कॉन्वर्स स्टेटमेंट में मिल रहा है. Here we have completed the overall chapter, Basic Concepts in Geometry, that is your first chapter. Please go through some postulates given by Euclid at the end of this chapter. Thank you.